So winter is here, and that typically means lots more food, social gatherings, holiday cheer, and unfortunately, more sick people. 'Tis the season for an increase in coughs, colds, flus, and all of the nasty symptoms that we try to avoid. If I'm being honest, I'm actually just getting over being sick. I was around way too many children back to back. Many of you may know I have a 5-year-old son, and so I was doing all of the fall, harvest, Halloween type activities for him. And with that, being around a lot more children, a lot more crowds and groups of people, and I picked up something along the way. Now, shame on me, I had not yet introduced any of these things in this video, not in any consistent way. So I do think that's why I did pick these things up. But today we're going to be talking about 5 things that you can do to supercharge your health during this winter season and help to boost your immune system, lessening the chances of you getting sick. The last one is really interesting in my perspective because I think it's something that a lot of us see out and about, but we don't really have any meaningful connection to it. But I think there's a lot of curiosity around it. But before we get in, where are my manners? I jumped right in. My name is Dr. Knox, DNP. I am a nurse practitioner with a passion and curiosity for all things health and wellness. If you are new here, hi. Nice to meet you. I'm glad that you are here. I'd love for you to hit the thumbs up button on this video if you do like this content, and also subscribe here to my channel. It really does go a long way in helping my platform here on YouTube grow. And I didn't forget about you all. If you are returning, welcome back. It is good to see you. I hope everything's going well, but let's jump right into today's video. So I don't want this video to be super long. We're gonna literally jump right in. So the first thing that you can start to incorporate into your lifestyle, into your diet to help supercharge your health, especially during the winter months, is citrus fruits. So we're looking at things like grapefruit, oranges, and interestingly enough, you can start to incorporate more kiwis. Kiwis actually are a high source of vitamin C that a lot of people don't tend to incorporate in a consistent way. So that's something that I've been consuming more of. And with citrus fruits, vitamin C is the name of the game. It is a powerhouse that helps to naturally boost your immune system. And just so that we're clear, I'm talking about real vitamin C, natural sources of vitamin C, because as we know, there is a powder form, there are liquid forms, there's syrups, there's all of these different things, supplements and pills and tablets and all of the things. What I advocate for here on my channel is to start with real sources of vitamin C, the real thing, and go from there. Now, I've had patients tell me that they swear by vitamin C supplements. There are things like, I actually won't even name any brands, but there are powdered vitamin C supplements that you can mix into your drink, and a lot of people like those. And they swear that it does help to keep them from getting sick as frequently throughout the winter months. But my question and my comment to them typically is, have you ever really consistently consumed real whole foods that contain high amounts of vitamin C consistently as you do the supplements? And typically, majority of the time is a no. There are not a lot of people that I know, patients that I see, that are consuming oranges on a daily basis, that are drinking, fresh pressed juice on a daily basis with things that are high in vitamin C. So what I encourage them to do is to try doing that and see if they have the same results or if they're even better. And I get it. Typically, people are looking for convenience. Our society is very hustle and bustle, especially during this time of the year. There's social gatherings, we're buying gifts, we're doing all of these things. So we want something that we can just quickly throw into a drink and guzzle down. But I think it is time that we start teaching people to slow down a little bit when it comes down to our health and prioritize the things that matter and that make a big difference in the long run. And honestly, consciously or unconsciously, a lot of us are being influenced by marketing tactics. But this platform in general is for people who want to be healthier. So it's not about being the healthiest person in the world, but what are some things that you can start to do to start to shift the tide in your own life that will help to support a beautiful immune system in a very natural way? So how do I typically get citrus fruits into my diet consistently? during the winter months. One of the things that I do is I juice. So it's so easy to put things in a juicer, get some fresh pressed juice, store it in the fridge, and drink some every day until it runs out, and then rinse and repeat, do the same thing over again. But also, I will eat grapefruits, I will eat oranges, I will eat kiwis just in their natural form, because those are things that I like. I know typically we are used to seeing on TV and in the media that we reserve citrus fruits for the summertime, but they still sell them in the stores, you guys. So definitely you can use them in the wintertime too. Number 2, something that you can start to consume to supercharge your health during the winter months is sweet potatoes. Now, I am a sweet potato girl. I love sweet potatoes. I am very simple in the way that I like them. I literally will, sometimes I keep the skin, sometimes I don't. The skin has additional benefits, but I will literally steam them and I eat it just like that. I don't need to season them. I don't add anything extra. I just eat them just like that. And it's just something that I've always really liked. They're such an underrated food item. They are packed with vitamin A, fiber, and antioxidants. And it tastes really, really good. I love the way sweet potatoes taste. They are by far my favorite root vegetable. And I also love that they're super versatile. So you can roast them in the oven. You can make, instead of a baked potato, you can do a baked sweet potato. You can actually even juice sweet potatoes. A lot of people are like, what? You can juice sweet potatoes. So that's something that if you haven't tried, I think you should give it a shot. You can make them for breakfast by sauteing them with peppers and onions. You can throw them in the air fryer to crisp them up and eat them like French fries. And if you're looking for something on the dessert end, you can even do something like sweet potato pie. So however it is that you like to consume them, increase your intake of sweet potatoes, and that will help to boost your immune system this time of year. Now, number 3 is something that I love a lot, and it is kale. Kale is a powerhouse, nutrient-packed green leafy vegetable, and it comes in a wide variety. There's lacinato kale, there's curly green kale, there's red kale, and I personally love each variety. Typically, some people don't like buying fresh leafy greens because they notice that they'll put them in the fridge and end up not using them all, and they go limp and all of these different things. But I think as you start to use it more, you start to learn little tips and tricks, like maybe storing it in a mason jar with water at the root so that it stays nice and vibrant and crunchy. But honestly, when I know I buy something like kale in bulk, I will actually chop it up and freeze it because it really extends the shelf life of it for much, much longer. I typically eat kale on a weekly basis, if not on a daily basis, because I use it in my smoothies that I make for the morning. And I typically like using them in smoothies because I try to eat kale as much as possible. I try to eat it raw, not cooked, not sauteed, not steamed. And there's a benefit to eating certain vegetables raw. There's just an increase in the amount of vitamins, nutrients, and minerals that you get. But again, just like the sweet potato, kale is actually really versatile too. You can saute it, you can steam it, you can roast it, you can put it in the air fryer, you can make kale chips, you can do so many things with it. Smoothies and smoothie bowls, you can juice it. The opportunities with this one really are endless. You can even use them in baked things, like some people will make like frittatas and use kale instead of spinach, so you can really get creative. But this superfood is packed with vitamin A, C, K, iron, and calcium. So go out and pick some today. And number 4 is ginger. Ginger and me go together, as they say nowadays, real bad. Ginger in a Nigerian household, and also I know ginger in a lot of Caribbean households, is a staple item. We use it in teas, we use it in cooking. My dad used to eat it raw. My best friend, sometimes when she's sick or she has a sore throat, she'll dip some in honey and eat it raw and chew on it. It really is a staple item that you should have in your kitchen. It's anti-inflammatory. It acts as a digestive aid, and it works for immune system support. I will even, so if I'm making tea, I love tea. I will even cut some up and put it in there. I prefer eating ginger in its natural form, but so my mom, if I tell her I like something or she introduces me to something and she realizes that I like it, she will buy it for me in bulk. And I'm like, Mommy, you don't have to do that because it's just me. But she actually bought me these powdered ginger packets, and so now I have a ton of them. So I'll use that in my smoothie sometimes. I'll use it in my tea, but your girl gets her ginger in, and I just love everything about it. I love the taste of it. I love the spiciness of it. It's just something that makes me feel good. And last but not least, the one that I said people don't have too much interaction with in any meaningful way is pomegranate. This is rich in antioxidants, helpful in reducing inflammation. And interesting fact, pomegranate season is actually at its peak in the winter months. Part of my struggle with them is how to eat or how to get the seeds out efficiently. So I will admit that I'm also somebody who I've maybe purchased pomegranate 2 or 3 times in my life. I'm just like, this has been really messy. I couldn't get the seeds out. It seemed like it was way too much work. So I really never bought it consistently. And it's not something I really saw people eat growing up. It wasn't something that I saw in people's households. It's not something that my family ate. And so I think there was a lack of familiarity with it as well. Now, I do know that you can buy pomegranate seeds. So pomegranate already de-seeded, where you're just buying the seeds to consume. But for me, obviously it's going to come at an upcharge, and I want to know how to do it by myself. So to close out this video, I did do some research, I did some investigating, and I found some tips and tricks on how to properly de-seed a pomegranate. So I am going to try doing that to see if it actually is efficient or not. So you guys are about to see in real time, like, if this actually works or if it's still a struggle for me. And I'm just going to go ahead and ask in advance, if you guys know a better way to de-seed pomegranates, please let me know, because it is something that I enjoy eating. I love the flavor of them, and I would like to incorporate more consistently, especially during this time of year.
First things first, always sharpen your knives. Don't use dull knives to cut your fruit. And so the instructions basically said to cut kind of like a hexagon, pentagon type situation at the top. So that's what I'm doing here. You want to make sure that all of the corners connect, and then use the knife to peel open the top. So far I'm feeling a little happy. Did a little shimmy because I'm excited. The next step was to create lines down the body of the pomegranate. So I'm trying to do that in a way that aligns with what looks like the skin on the inside of the pomegranate, and then you can just peel it open like this. So far, still going well. As you can see, there's some seeds kind of coming out, flying onto the counter. There's a little bit of juice that's dripping onto the plate, so a little messy, but not too crazy. I'm peeling off what they call the pith, P-I-T-H. It's the skin that's inside of the pomegranate. It is edible. It's a little bitter, but excuse me, you can eat it. So I'm peeling more of that, and I decided to get a small glass bowl so that I can put the seeds inside. I started with kind of some of the top pieces, some of the smaller pieces, and it was going fairly well. The seeds are a little bit ingrained into the skin, so you do have to kind of pick them out, but as you can see, they're coming out fairly easily. Not too much of a mess at this point, so I am happy and confident that I'm able to get this done. I did end up picking some of the pith out of the bowl, but in hindsight, I would probably just leave it in there, because when I did eat a few bits and pieces of it, it didn't alter the taste of the pomegranate in any drastic way, so I don't think it was worth it to pick out every tiny bit. But I think if you're doing it for a group or for an event, for the aesthetics, maybe you might want to do that. Ultimately, my camera ended up dying, and I didn't get to get the rest of the footage, but it took me about 8 minutes to do it. I would do it again, but I would probably not try to put it in a bowl. Just eat it straight from the fruit.
So there you have it, 5 superfoods that you can include in your diet starting today to help keep you healthy during the winter months. If there's something that you know about that's maybe not commonly known or commonly consumed during this time of the year that you feel has really good health benefits, one that comes to mind just right now is turmeric. I think it has really great properties for our health during this time. But if you have anything else that you'd like to contribute to the conversation, leave me a comment down below. I enjoyed making making this video for you guys. Once again, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do me a favor and do so right now. It literally takes 1 second. Also, hit the thumbs up button to give this video a like. It helps to spread it out to other people like yourself who are interested in investing in their overall education and wellness to be the healthier versions of themselves. Alrighty, until next video.